Hello, everyone. I'm Colleen van der Zijden, and this is Creating an Inspired Life. I'm so happy you're here today watching and listening. It is my pleasure to help you create your best, unique, most awesome, inspired life. And I help people do that as a medium and also as a spiritual life coach. And I do all sorts of things when I'm helping people. I can touch in with spirit on the other side. I might get some psychic impressions. I might have coaching tips. Who knows what will come out of my mouth half the time when I'm helping someone, because I know it will come through. Today, every week on the show, I do a coaching tip. And today's coaching tip is a fun one, but aren't they all? This one is on setting a daily intention. When you wake up in the morning, do you think about how you want your day to go? Do you think about what you expect is going to happen in the day? Do you think about how you want to feel during this day? Or do you wake up in the morning and jump in the shower and then just leave and you deal with life as it happens to you? So many of us, tend to go through life reacting to whatever happens. Something might happen and we just respond. We deal with it. But what if we were to decide before our day actually really gets going how we want our day to go? If we start deciding how we want to feel. Now, I know some people think we can't control our feelings. We can't control our emotions. And that's actually not really correct, because even though situations can affect us, we can still take actions to make a difference in how we feel. We actually live our lives based on how we feel. If we're happy, sad, frustrated, confused, whatever it could be. I saw this video once where someone was talking about how we actually live our lives in our mind. And if you think about that, it really makes sense, because we have our feelings are being experienced in our minds. They're not outside of us. It's all within us. No one else really can experience the same feelings we have. Even somebody who has a great deal of empathy and can touch into your feelings, we're not really experiencing what you're experiencing. So our feelings are in our minds. Now, yes, I've said this many times before, and I will probably keep saying this. We can't control our circumstances. We can't control what happens around us. And there are ways we can deal with those emotions. But I also want to say, and I've said this before too, do not deny your emotions. If something horrible happens, there's a tragedy or a loss, you have to feel and express your emotions. Now, the intention, to set an intention for your day, you can't just wish an emotion away necessarily. You have to pay attention and process it. If you're having grief or loss, an intention will not speed up your process to deal with whatever issue is happening. But if you can set an intention to focus on positive things, even while dealing with a severe loss, we all have normal ups and downs. We all have problems, situations, concerns. Some days we're happy, some days we're sad, and we don't even know why we're sad. We're just sad. We may be confused because of whatever's happening in our lives. And I found as I've gotten older that one of the best ways to influence how I feel is to set a daily intention, to set an idea of how I want my day to go. It can be particularly helpful if I'm having a challenge and I'm very confused about something and I'm thinking too much. And another time if I'm just not happy and I don't know why. But once I set that intention of whatever feeling it is I want, I can shift my whole day into being closer to that feeling. Years ago, I went to a workshop and we were talking about intentions. And the teacher said, there was some kind of a phrase she used, and it's some kind of variation of, I send my energy out and I ask that only those who can best benefit from my love, wisdom, energy, and healing come to me. Everyone else, stay away. So I used to do this intention for quite a long time. I did it, maybe years even. I did it every morning as I was getting ready to go to work, ready to start my day. I would say this intention. And I learned how important it was, because in setting that intention, I'm saying I send my energy out and ask that only those who can best benefit from what I have to offer. I'm actually helping people. That my intention is to be helping people. The part about, and everybody else stay away, is helping me attract the right people. Because people who won't benefit from what I have to offer, or they're not interested, there's no reason for them to come to me for some kind of help like that. So it was a good intention to set and to help me really focus on what I felt my purpose was. And I realized as my days went on, there was one day that I had just the strangest day. My energy was off. People were irritating me. It didn't feel like things were getting done. There were a lot of things that were happening that weren't right. And I couldn't figure out what was going on because my days had been so great. And then I realized I must have gotten up late or something that day because I hadn't done my whole routine. So I hadn't set my intention. And when I realized how important that was, it was eye-opening for me. I could see how setting that intention at the beginning of the day really helped me. Now, when I set an intention, I do it every day still. I base it on what I want to feel. So if I happen to be overextending myself, which I have been known to do too many things at once, or if I'm not paying attention to how I feel, I might set an intention that today I intend to honor myself. My intention today is to honor myself. And then I might continue with, I am a person who pays attention to how I feel. I'm aware of what my body's needs are. I'm aware of what I should be doing to honor myself. And I found it's very important to set that intention, like a theme, if you will, and then continue with description of I am phrases, because that describes your intention further. I would show myself how I think I need to honor myself. I would tell myself what it means to me to honor myself. So for another example, if you want to be happier, you could get up in the morning and you could decide, today I really want to have a happy day. So my intention today is to be happy. And then I might follow that up with, I am a person who looks for happiness. I am a happy person. I'm a person who finds happiness in my life. I am grateful for happiness. I am able to attract happy situations into my life. And you just say whatever feels right to you. I found saying it aloud really helps. It carries extra weight, if you ask me. It carries the real vibration because you have to listen to it as well as saying it. And when I do an intention now, I take a deep breath, I say it. And then after I say it, I sit there for just a second and I think about how I would feel. So if I'm going for a happy day, well, I'm imagining how I will feel by having this happy day. I don't know how I'm going to become happy. I don't know if something will happen where I'm going to feel happy. I don't know if there'll just be a shift in my energy and I'll just all of a sudden start feeling happier. But I do know without a doubt that I'm going to experience more happy moments in my day just by setting that intention. Sometimes people talk about affirmations, and if you don't really feel the affirmation, it doesn't work. It's kind of a way to set your mind so that you can think about what it is you want to have. You're making a conscious choice. When you set the intention, you're shifting your energy. You're becoming more aware. You're becoming aware of what's happening around you. You'll start to pay attention. You'll start to pay attention to the more positive choices that you make. Something may come up and you think, today is my happy day. So, I don't really want to do that. Thank you very much. And you'll choose something else and then you'll feel happier. You want to say this at various points throughout your day. You don't want to say it just one time and forget it. I do it a few times. I do it in the morning as I'm driving to work, basically. And I'm just thinking about how I want my day to go. And then during the day, if I feel like I need a little reminder, I'll say it again. It helps to further affirm what you want. It helps you further affirm how your day is going to go. When you make that conscious decision as to how you want your day to go, because it's a daily intention, and you don't have to do the same one every day for years, do it for a few days, whatever you want to do. You'll start to recognize those moments in your day where that intention is making a difference. You're setting that intention into place in your life. And once you do that, it becomes an expectation. You expect your day to go well. You expect what your intention is to make a difference. And once you've done that, there you go. We've really set some things in motion. It's really amazing. Everything I do is amazing. If ask me. I have so many ideas. I love to share them. It's simple. It's quick. What will it take you? 1 minute to do? Not even a minute. Maybe most of that time will be set deciding what you want. So try it. It will take you a minute. Do it a few days in a row. See what happens. Decide what you want to experience. Decide what you want to feel. Set that intention. Remember to include the I am statements to go with it. I am whatever it is that goes with the feeling you want to have. That feeling of the intention is your daily intention. And once you start setting this daily intention, you will be amazed at the life you are creating, that happy, inspired life that I love to talk about. And that is my coaching tip of the day. You can reach me at psychicmediumcolleen.com and also on Facebook, Medium Coach Colleen Vanderzijden. And I would love to hear from you, so feel free to drop me a line, give me a message or something. So now we're actually going to move on to, oh, how wonderful, Colleen from Australia. Colleen, how are you?
I'm good. How are you, Colleen?
I'm good. I don't get to meet very many Colleens out there, so this is really special.
I didn't for a while then, and then I just kept on bumping into every second person was like a Colleen. Oh, you're a Colleen as well.
Oh, how exciting.
Yeah. We're very talkative people, we are. Like, every Colleen I know is very talkative. They never shut up.
I think that my family might agree with you on that description of me. That's wonderful. So how can I help you today?
I've been right into past life regressions. I haven't had one done, but I watch Elba Weinman do hers, like on YouTube. And I have a fascination with past lives, and I'm not sure if you know anything about it, but would you be able to give us a few clues on any past lives that you can see around that I've had?
Well, I'm game for giving that a whirl. I'm also fascinated with past lives, and I've actually met some friends of mine this lifetime that I know from past lives. I've met a former husband, so to speak, and several sisters. And when my daughter was 3, actually probably younger than 3, she told me she used to be my mother in a past life. So that's been a fascination for me. Yeah, isn't that interesting?
Yeah,
it's just craziness.
Somebody online just a couple of days ago. I was sort of drawn to his page because just on the free readings and stuff, and I just got drawn to him, and I didn't know why. And it was about past lives and that. And he says, "I cannot believe it. I'm actually in your past lives." So I had no idea why I actually went to him, and like I said, like you can see from the start of our conversation that I had no idea why I was there, and he ended up popping up. Yeah, so it was pretty interesting. But I'll let you go on.
Yeah, it's very interesting. So many people think that, if you have an instant recognition with somebody, it's a past life connection or a soul connection, which isn't always the case. But there will be times when people will come into your life. It's really fun too, because actually as I touch in here with you and I go, yeah, do you know that you did, you were quite a helper in a past life, like a medical man kind of feel? Have you heard this before?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, I heard I was a healer.
Yes, and that's where I'm going. Isn't that fun? I'm wondering, though, I feel more of a male energy in that past life than a female energy. But that's okay, because we're going to be whatever we're going to be. And it was really important for you. Okay. It was really important for you to experience that healing power in that time. And I get the impression, too, there was a lot of interest on your part with natural things, natural herbs, those kinds of things. Are you interested in that now as well?
Yeah, I'm into crystal healing.
Okay.
We're starting to do that. I've always picked up stones. I've always picked up bits of rock and just stuff from the beach, shells, and I'm all slinging them up everywhere. And I just collect things, I've got just a one for collecting stuff, and now I'm getting to work out why I'm picking them up for now. Yeah.
Yes, I do the same thing. We should chat sometime because I do the same thing. And the impression I get too is because of that naturalness, connecting to the nature, connecting to the stones, the energies that are out there, that you probably were quite intuitive in this lifetime as well, this past lifetime. You were quite intuitive and you would understand the things that had to be done. I do get the impression, though, I don't know if we can verify this since we are talking about a past life issue, but I do get the impression that there was an issue near the end of your life where you were supposed to take care of somebody and it didn't quite work out the way they hoped it was going to work out. And there seems to be some backlash directed at you. So there's that feeling of a backlash, and I think that was really
used to that.
Yeah, you're used to that. Oh, so funny.
I'm used to that. I'm used to having that, and I think I do have a fear of it now. See, I want to really jump into it, but I have this fear of not doing the right thing. You know what I mean? Like of confidence, if I could put it that way. So maybe that's what it was.
And that's, and actually that makes sense, because in this lifetime, it does feel as though that this is something that you should be doing. And, we have to learn the lessons from the last lifetimes. And part of the lesson probably from that one would be something along the lines of, you can't heal everyone. It's, people have their own paths. And I also feel in that past lifetime that the expectations of you taking care of someone were unreasonable. It's kind of like they were going to die no matter what you did. I mean, everybody has to die, so that's part of it. And so because you're a sensitive person in that lifetime and this lifetime, you really want to make sure that you're going to make a difference this time. You don't want to create anything bad, so to speak. But I can tell you.
That's right. I have that fear.
Yeah, I can tell you, though, I've been doing healing work for a long time, since 2001. And so I know a lot about healing. And what I've learned over the years is to really allow Spirit, God, that energy, that healing energy to come through you, because their path, your client's path, so to speak, is their path. You're helping them. Right. Their body is actually the body that does the healing. We just keep them in that place. You have a great deal of that energy about you, that healing energy, that connection to God energy. So take that and have it become such a part of you that you know without a doubt that you are meant to do this, because I can tell you you're meant to do this. You'll be led to the right people that you need to be led to. So you go and get out there and do some healing. Don't let your fears get in the way.
I have also, I don't like people that much. I mean, I get along with animals a lot better, and, I prefer animals than people, but that's one thing I do want to do is heal people and animals and stuff. But I have a hard time asking for money, because I just feel like I just want to help everybody.
Yeah, and what you can do with that, instead of asking for money, is just say it's on a donation basis. That way you're not feeling pressure to them. And that way too, if they feel, that they want to donate something to you, then that's okay. Because if you're doing it in the right mindset, the mindset of helping and healing, then it will work out just perfectly. And they'll know you're doing it from that. Okay?
Yeah, because that's what I want to do, and I just want to heal everybody. I used to hate flies, but I started to not hate them so much now, because it's just it hurts my feelings to hate them.
Right. So and just set. You heard a little bit about my intention that I was talking about. Set your intention that the right people come to you, because you don't want to overwhelm yourself either and have too many people coming, because that's really hard. So just set your intention for the right people. Okay, so I'm going to have to let you go so I get to my next caller. But I am so excited to meet another Colleen who's a healer. This is beyond exciting to me.
Thank you so much, Colleen. I really appreciate that.
Yes. Well, you have
have
fun.
an
Maybe I'll
awesome
talk to you
day.
another time. And
Okay.
that was Colleen from Australia. It's so fun talking to her, doing her healing work. And next, we're going to move on to Zandile from South Africa. I hope I said that correctly. I'm so sorry. How are you today?
I'm okay, and yourself?
I'm doing quite well. Is there something that you would like to talk about in particular?
Yes, I've been told that I have a calling. I don't know if it's to be a psychic or if it's to be, I don't know, but it is. But I sometimes I just know things. And
Yeah.
I dream. When I dream, I do things that I dream. Like when I wake up in the morning, I'm like, okay, maybe it's my ancestors. They told me this thing, and I do that thing. But when I'm awake and I get visions, I get dizzy or I get sick. I don't know how do I control that, and how do I grow? Like like I would like to know more about the spiritual realm and all that. So how do I grow about that? And what is my calling? I do not know what it is, you know.
Okay, that's a lot of questions there. Okay, because you're already picking up on things. You have the intuition, you have visions, you have things already coming to you. It sounds as though that it's getting a little bit overwhelming at times. Does it just seem to be out of control, just coming haphazardly?
Sometimes I dream, but I don't remember my dreams.
Okay.
And sometimes I do remember them when I wake up.
Okay. And dreams are a great way for spirit to come through because you're not in your way, because you're not thinking so much. So it will come through in dreams. And if you remember the dreams in the morning and you remember the feelings and the experiences, then that's definitely a connection to what's going on the other side, especially if you're feeling inspired. Obviously, if it's a nightmare, that's not. But if you're feeling inspired. Now, if you feel as though you're having excess spiritual energy, like you're getting too much and it feels a little bit out of control, they say, and I seem to have experienced this as well, that there's natural laws there where you can say to spirit, to God, all of this intuitive psychic visions, whatever's happening, you can say that you only want them at a certain time, or you can say that you could actually ask, how can I improve this? And spirit will let you know how to improve it as well. They are actually your best teachers. Have you ever tried doing automatic writing?
No.
Okay, this is how I really developed myself spiritually, and this might be something you might want to try. You're already having connections. You already have this here, and it's a very natural thing for you. So I wouldn't worry so much about what your calling is. More so, I would want you to just acknowledge that you have these abilities and to use them to the best that you can. So a way to connect in with that further is by doing automatic writing. And what I would do when I first started is I would have a question in mind, or I would even take a shell or something and hold it in my hand and then just write down everything that comes through my head and try not to think about it. And I would just write. And as it would come through, as long as I kept writing, I couldn't stop, because as soon as I stopped, I started thinking. So no thinking aloud, basically. And you just write everything. And what'll happen is the writing will start to change. And it's as though you're getting messages, which you are, from the other side, from your spirit guides, from angels, from God. You'll get messages. You'll read this and you'll look at it and go, there's no way I could have written this. I would not have said those words. I wouldn't have said it in that way. And when you first start, you have to kind of do it as a game and not judge yourself. You know, you can't sit there saying, oh, I can't do this. You just write, and it's a game. Whatever comes out, comes out. Then you read through it, and then you see what's in there. And that's a really good way to connect, because spirit will come through your hand. And you can also do it on a typewriter, or nobody uses a typewriter now, do they? A computer. That's really a flashback. You can do it on a computer, and I can type faster on that now. So I do my automatic inspired writing on my computer now, because I can get so much more out in a faster way. My arm doesn't hurt from writing. So that might be really something for you to try. And
Yes, I'll try that.
yeah, it's profound. That actually is what shifted my whole life and got me on the path I'm on, was from doing this automatic writing. And the first message I received, well, the first message, nothing happened. The second message, when I started writing, it said in there all sorts of things like God is the only one. Now, who would have said that? I wasn't going to say that. But part of it was be who you are, for who you are is blessed. And that literally set me on my path of helping myself figure out who I am and helping everybody else figure out who they are. So it's so profound. It's definitely worth trying. You have so much intuition within you, so much of a connection. You may find, and I only have 2 minutes left, but I do want to tell you this, you may find that you're very sensitive now. You might be sensitive to foods you used to be able to eat. You might be sensitive.
I left my job. I left my job because I couldn't stand people.
Yeah. Yeah, I understand. And we start to crave that.
Negative and all that, so I left.
That makes sense. We start to crave the silence. We don't want people irritating us. We can't eat things. We can't drink certain things we used to have anymore. We can't. The loud noises bother us. Bright lights might bother us. All sorts of things will start to bother us. And that's a sign of your awakening, if you will. I'm actually going to be teaching a workshop on that next year, on awakening. And there's so much there for you. So be aware of that. And there's nothing wrong with accommodating your needs, because the sensitivity is big. And you have to make sure you take care of yourself, because you don't want to overbalance your sensitive, intuitive nature, because you'll start to feel weird and you might start to feel sick. And if you feel sick, that means you have to step back and take care of yourself again. Oh, does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Oh, good. Good. Okay, so I've gotten my warning that I have to let you go. So it was so nice talking to you, Zandile. If you go to my website, psychicmediumcolleen.com. If you sign up for my mailing list, because I send out things about this kind of thing all the time, and I've got an email I'm getting ready to send out on awakening. So if you sign up for that, I'll be able to send it to you if you want to. You don't have to, but if you want to, you can. So it was really nice talking today, and I'll have to say goodbye to you. So that was it.
Thank you. Love and light unto you.
Thank you so much. It was fun talking to you. That was Zandile, and it was so nice talking to her, and so nice to be talking to you. Thank you so much for watching and listening. I'm Colleen Vander Zyden, and this was Creating an Inspired Life. You can find me psychicmediumcolleen.com and on Facebook, Medium Coach Colleen Vander Zyden. And I will see you next week. Goodbye.